Hi, I'm Coach Homer, and I'm here with our Hall of Fame guys that we're going to induct into the Hall of Fame tonight. It's a great night, and the first one we're going to talk to is Herb Westmoreland. Herb graduated in 1964, played basketball and tennis here at McAlester. And Herb, I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
It's a great honor, and we are so excited. And I'm going to ask everybody basically the same thing. Just first off, just kind of what are your thoughts on the whole Hall of Fame thing and being inducted?
I think that's a fantastic treat. And of course, I'm late in life now, and I can appreciate it more so than I would have probably years ago. But it's a significant honor, which I can only share with my teammates. And in the 60, 62, 63, 64, I would not have made this Hall of Fame without those guys playing with me. Jerry Lee, James Wadley, Jimmy Tom Watson. There's several of those guys that were very, very good. But we're only as good as our weakest link. And those guys were good. And it's interesting that three of those guys are all-staters, by the way. One of them is a football player, but he was good. He was good, Jerry Lee.
And you know, you came by the gym the other day and we talked, and I hadn't noticed it. Y'all won the state championship in '63 in tennis, and
yes.
then David Bryant is already in the Hall of Fame, and Jerry Lee is already in the Hall of Fame, and they were both classmates of yours in '64.
That's right.
And I was thinking there was one more.
Bob Craig.
And Bob Craig. So there's 4 already out of your class, and that to me that's a big deal when you get, if you get 2, that's a big deal. But there's 4, and that's a big deal. It is.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Those guys we all kind of grew up together. We knew each other. We worked hard. We played hard, and of course, we have to hang our hat on a tribute to Mr. Brumley.
Right.
He may be here tonight, and I'll point that out. But
okay.
A lot of us will give a lot of our success to Mr. Brumley.
Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody. You know, I've got some fond memories when I was in school. Some of the guys I played with. Are there any just one particular memory that you have that when you look back, that something that stands out, you know, more than anything else of the time that you played here at McAlester?
You know, we were sophomores. Jerry Lee and I were sophomores, and there were 2 juniors and a senior, Terry Brown. We were kind of green, really behind the ears, and there was a sports writer named Bob Cobb. He had written an article that said the Buffaloes are fast fading. They're not going to make it. Mr. Brumley took that paper and he yelled at Mr. Bob Cobb, made him go sit in the back. I think that was the beginning of my understanding of the concept of teamwork. Mr. Brumley would not put up with anybody denigrating the team or putting them down, and there's no way we're going to lose, you know, we're going to lose anything. And believe it or not, that's when we started gelling. We won about 8 or 9 more ball games. We won the Center Star Conference, and the next year that fed into what we were doing with those guys. Jimmy Watson was probably our leader at that time, but we all played different roles. But we could really execute. But that senior year for Jim Watson, my junior year, we had won 19 ball games, 19-1. We were pretty good. We thought we could beat anybody until we hit Norman High School. Right. They had big guys. Right. But let me just make sure that Mr. Brumley was a reflection of the administration, the fans, and when we had ball games, there was 2,000 people showing up for those ball games on Friday nights.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Well, Herb, I want to congratulate you again, and enjoy the evening. I know you got a lot of friends over there to talk to, and we look forward to the halftime presentation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. I'm back, and I'm with Donna Bede, and Donna, I got to tell you, one of the jobs that I have as being the athletic director is getting to call everybody and congratulate them on being in the Hall of Fame, and that's, I mean, I have to do some bad stuff, but that is one of the things that I love to do. I'd like to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Donna played basketball and ran track here at McAlester, graduated in 1983, went on and played college basketball and track. Just your thoughts real quick on being inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I have to tell you that it's truly an honor. I find myself among what I would consider an elite group. And I feel like for me, it's for the class of 1983. And so, I mean, we had a lot of great people, a lot of great supporters, the teachers, the faculty, everyone. And so it's not really, to me, it's not about me. I mean, I'm proud to be standing by my cousin, Brandon Keith, who's also a Hall of Famer, and the other guys that are being inducted. It's truly an honor. I'm overwhelmed, honestly.
Well, I want to congratulate you again. You know, I've got some fond memories, and I ask everybody the same thing. Is there any one thing that just stands out as a fond memory that you had your days at high school, track or basketball?
Well, I have to tell you that my fondest memory was when we came back from state in 1983, and the gym was packed. And they had this huge pep rally for us when we came back, and it was the most fabulous thing you had ever seen. And it was such an honor to come back and have all of that support in one place. And, you know, it was all about the team. You know, we had been to state 3 years in a row, and I was never so happy to walk into a gym and see all of the, you know, the student body and everyone there that were there to support us when we came back. So.
And I don't know if everybody understands, we won it in '83, and we probably started girls basketball, I would say, in '73 or '74, right through there. So that was, '83 was the first girls basketball title that we'd ever won.
Wow.
Yeah, so you know, and I'm going to ask everybody again, is there anybody, because Herb talked about one of the coaches, is there anybody that you would like to just mention that had a big impact on you?
So I have to tell you, two people had a large impact on me as far as basketball is concerned. I got my structured start in basketball at the Girls Club of McAlester. And Happy Carney, she was the coach. She was the coach of the year every year. And she taught us how to get out there and to play hard and to be tough. So she had a huge impact. And the other person that a lot of people don't know is Mr. Anderson. Kermit Anderson, they called him Cub. He was at the high school, the Blue Overture High School, when it was active. And he came out and told me things that I needed to do to make myself better, and told me to always remain focused, that the goal was to always do your best and to work on shooting and defense and things of that nature. So those two people had the biggest impact on my career overall. But, you know, the girls on my team, you know, that's your pep rally. You know, the ones you played beside, you know, the Tanya Godspeeds, the Sherry Clementes, and, you know, Rodney Kelly. We were always partners in crime in high school. And so, you know, your friends, you know, it's all about people. And so that's the thing that I remember most. And so those people have an impact. Your peers, oftentimes, they build you up when you think you're not doing your best or you're not doing very good. And they tell you, no, hey, just keep it where, you know, keep it moving the way you have it moving. So it's about the people.
Well, I want to congratulate you again. And I know you have a lot of family and a lot of friends here. Enjoy the evening, and we'll see you at halftime.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm back. I'm here with Charlie. I'm sorry, I'm clapping again. I'm here with Charlie Gendrone. Charlie, congratulations.
Thank you, Coach Homer.
I was so excited to call you and tell you that you made it in. I told Donna that one of my jobs that I love is getting to call people and tell them that they made it into the Hall of Fame. And I want to congratulate you. I've asked everybody, just what are your thoughts on being inducted into the Hall of Fame?
It's an overwhelming experience. It's an honor that I would never have thought that would be possible. So I really appreciate the recognition.
Well, you are worthy. You are worthy. You know, you and Brandon both, and Jeremy Case. I had Jeremy in class. I didn't have you in class, but I had a chance to coach you. And you know, the thing that I remember most about you is every day you came to practice. You came to get better every day. We didn't have to worry whether Charlie Gendrone was going to compete during the ball game or not. We knew you were going to compete, and it didn't matter where we played you. If it was on the mound, if it was in the outfield, at the plate, we knew you were going to compete. And I've asked everybody, do you have any one particular memory that stands out? And I know you're probably going to mention the Carl Howard game, because that was a big one. I mean, that one stands out.
I played in two of the most memorable games in my career. So one was the semifinal game against Carl Howard in 1988. You know, 8 innings, 10-9, down to our last out, maybe even down to our last strike with Clint at the plate. And the way we pulled that out was just incredible.
It was unbelievable. We were down, and I think Stevie was on first.
5-4, 2 outs in the top of the seventh.
And he went to steal, and they threw it away, and he scored, and we ended up going to extra innings.
And Clint grounded out the very next pitch.
Probably the next pitch. You're right.
And then we scored 5 runs in the top of the 8th, go up 10-5. And then I went back out and I gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. But we won. Got the last out.
That's all.
In fact, remember Randy took me out, put me in center field,
Right.
and then put me back in. And thank goodness. And you know who that last out was?
Who was it?
Jason White, who I played with at Wichita State.
Was it really?
Yeah, he
Well,
ended up being a first
deja
base.
vu.
He ended up being the first baseman at the Shockers.
Really?
In '91 and '92.
Deja vu.
Yeah.
Deja vu. Well, that was something else. And I know, everybody's got fond memories, and I remember that one. Shaq was with us last year, and he had a couple of memories that I also remember.
I just remember Coach Hughes going, because we had lost in the semifinals the year before, if you
right.
remember, and I had that deja vu. But Coach Hughes found a Buckeye. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
Picked up a Buckeye,
right.
and carried it in his pocket, and that was his good luck charm. So we're not superstitious at all, right?
No. Coaches and players, no, not at all, not at all. Is there anybody that you would like to mention that had a big impact on you growing up?
Well, there's only one person that I really want to mention. There's a bunch of them, but my dad. Right. So he waited a long time for a son, and from the time I was out of diapers, I was with him doing something outside, whether it's hunting, fishing, baseball, football, every sport. He took time out to coach every team I played on, all the way until I was in high school. And so, without him really encouraging me and teaching me what it was like to be a man and an athlete and to work hard every day, leaving on the field every day, he would be the person I have to mention had the biggest influence on me, and I wish he could have been.
I know,
and
I knew that you were going to say that, and as soon as you were elected into the Hall of Fame, that's the first thing I thought was Tom Gendron would be so proud. He would just be beaming right now.
Well, he's looking down on us and watching right now.
He is. Well, Charlie, congratulations. Enjoy the evening, and I look forward to the halftime.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Coach.
you, Doc.
I appreciate it.
I'm here with Brandon Key. Brandon, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm just geezed up. I'm so excited that they put you in this thing in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
It's a great honor for you. Just kind of, what are your thoughts on it?
It's a special opportunity, special privilege and honor to be here. There's so many greats that have come through, not just football, but just sports. We are definitely a known, program throughout the country. And it kind of tripped me out that I live all the way on the West Coast and people do know about McAlester, especially McAlester football. So it's definitely an honor.
Well, I'm so excited. I talk to everybody, and I've got fond memories, and I know, man, I look back at you, and I remember things that happened. I remember some ball games, how you abused people. There's a couple of plays in particular, and one play that just kind of stands out in my mind is we were playing Shawnee, and we pulled you on a tackle trap, and you ran through this defensive end, and then you led Tank down the side.
80 yards.
80 yards. And I don't know if you know that I talked to the coach afterwards, and a few years later, and he tells me that he was yelling at their corner, "Get out of the way! Get out of the way!"
When I pulled, they didn't want to see me out there.
No.
But I also too, I have to thank you for that because I always thought I was gonna be a defensive player. And I remember when I made the move, I was so mad. You were like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to block. You're one of the biggest dudes, but you're athletic. You have to block. You have to block." And then you said, "Don't you want to go to college one day? You might want to be in the NFL." So I remember it stuck with it and it worked out. So I have to thank you for that.
Well, it was great, and you did a great job for us.
Thank you.
We moved you around a lot, and that's what I was going to ask you. Is there any fond thing, any one particular thing that just sticks out in high school? Something that happened?
Oh man,
sticks out?
Talking about just a play or a game or just something
just
special?
a situation.
Probably when you became the head coach. You became the head coach because you've been here for so long, and you definitely earned our trust. And I remember there was a couple kids that didn't know because everybody loved Coach Lloyd, but we're like, Coach Homer is the one that's always with us. Like I remember all those fourth quarters, all the winter conditions, you was always in the room. So I remember when you became the head coach, we bought in instantly, and from our freshman class to the 8th grade class that was coming in. So that's probably one of my biggest memories, because that was a turning point of going to high school, because there was a lot of people that thought, hey, do you want to transfer, do you want to leave? And I'm like, well, we have a coach that's been here, he knows the tradition and history, so that's probably the turning point of my career too.
Well, I'm glad you stayed.
Oh yeah, me too.
Me too. And and I read your article in the paper, and you mentioned Coach Neal, and is there anybody else that growing up that you'd like to mention that had just had a big impact, just an impact on your life?
Oh man, there's so many, but like I always go back to my high school staff, because we had some run-ins, and it was all tough love. Like I remember, even when I get hot, it'd be hot head, and you set me down, you'd be like, I know you can whip me, but hold on, you ain't gonna do it out here. And I mean, you'd always talk to me. So that's what I loved about it. No matter what I was going through or what anybody on the team was going through, you really had an open door policy. And the whole staff, like, I mean, I loved it because we could talk to anybody about anything. And it wasn't just football. And y'all care, like, whether it be make sure that we're eligible or, hey, are you thinking about college opportunities? Like, and y'all would not hold back if a coach really wanted to see what's going on in our personal life. And I think that's special, and that's something that I've always remembered.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I really enjoyed your bunch. I enjoyed, and when I started thinking about things, some of the Thursday night feeds we did.
Oh, man.
I remember going down eating tacos with some of the guys that you played with.
Yeah.
And how many tacos you guys would eat. I mean, the guys you ran with, y'all had great camaraderie.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all came to practice and worked hard and played on Friday nights.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to it.
Yeah. Well, I want to congratulate. I know you got a lot of people here, and people want to come by and see you.
Yes.
Congratulations again. Enjoy the evening, and I'll see you at halftime.
Thanks, Coach.
McAlester Athletic Hall of Fame's first class was inducted back in 1995. That year there were 3 McAlester athletes honored. They were Clester Harrington, class of 54, Glenn Stone, class of 53, and Jerry Lee, class of 1964. Since then, there have been 4 other classes inducted, bringing the total membership into McAlester Hall of Fame to 17 McAlester athletes. Tonight, we will induct 5 more of our finest athletes into McAlester Athletic Hall of Fame. On the field for the induction ceremony is our athletic director, John Homer, and Superintendent of McAlester Public Schools, Randy Hughes. Our first honoree this evening is Herb Westmoreland. Herb graduated in 1964 and was 3-year letterman in basketball and tennis. He was a member of the 1963 state championship tennis team and a member of the state runner-up doubles team in 1964. He was selected to the Oklahoma Coaches Association All-State basketball team in '64, also a member of the National Honor Society. Herb was selected by his classmates as best all-around student and was a member of the Wow Wows. Herb attended Oklahoma State University where he played basketball and tennis. The legendary coach Henry Ida once said that Herb was the best shooter on the team. At OSU, Herb was on the Dean's Honor Roll and he received the BA in History in 1969. In '76, he received a Master's in Social Sciences from Pacific Lutheran University, and then he got his MBA in Government from Harvard in 1982. He was a captain in the U.S. Air Force and retired from the Bureau of Indian Affairs in 2013. Herb and his wife Dawn have one son, Brooks, and they live in Mosquito, Washington. Congratulations, Herb Westmoreland. Next we have Donna Bede. Donna graduated in 1983 and was a 4-year letterman in basketball and track. She was a member of the 1983 state championship basketball team. Donna was an all-area team, made the all-area team in '82 and '83. She was the area player of the year. Donna was also named to the Oklahoma Coaches All-State basketball team. In track and field, Donna won over 100 medals while in high school. In '82, she was the state champion in the 100-meter hurdles, and she was the state runner-up in 1983. Donna still holds the school record with a high jump of 5 feet 7 inches. She participated in basketball and track at Cameron University, where she was a member of the NAIA Division I National Championship team in 1985. She earned a bachelor's in business administration in '87, and in 1990, Donna received a bachelor's of science in automation data processing from Cameron University. In 2003, she received a master's degree in human relations from the University of Oklahoma. Donna was commissioned in the United States Army in 1990 and was a Bronze Star recipient for her efforts in Operation Iraqi Freedom in '05 and '06. Lieutenant Colonel Bede is currently Chief Information Officer at the Tripler Army Medical Center in Honolulu, Hawaii, and she will retire in 2018 with 28 years of service. Congratulations, Lieutenant Colonel Donna Bede. Next we have Charlie Gigrone. Charlie graduated in 1988 and was a 4-year letterman in baseball. On the mound for the Buffaloes, Charlie's career record was 35-5 with 3 no-hitters and 350 strikeouts. His senior year, he was 11-1, helping the Buffaloes bring home a state championship. He was a member of the 1988 state championship team and named to the Oklahoma Coaches Association All-State Baseball Team. Charlie played baseball for Wichita State University, where he pitched for the Shockers. Charlie was a member of the 3 College World Series teams, where he was the starting pitcher in 2 games. He was a member of the 1989 National Championship team and the 1991 National Runner-Up team. He was American Baseball Coaches Association Converse All-American in 1992, Academic All-American in 91 and 92, Academic National Collegiate Player of the Year in 92, and selected Collegiate Baseball National Player of the Week in 1989. He ended his career at Wichita State with 31 wins and 7 losses with an ERA of 2.69. Charlie worked 21 years in the chemical industry with Urban Carbide and Eastman Chemical Company. He received his MBA from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business in 01, and he's currently the Vice President and General Manager at Eastman Chemical Company. Charlie has been married to Annette for 18 years. They have 2 boys and live in Kingsport, Tennessee. Congratulations, Charlie Gendron. Next we have Brandon Keith. Brandon graduated in 2003 and was a 3-year letterman in football. Brandon acquired the nickname Big Nasty because he was so aggressive on the field, the way he treated his opponents. He was selected as the All-Area team both his junior and senior years, and the Tulsa World Daily Oklahoma selected him on their All-State teams. Brandon was also selected 5A All-Star by the Oklahoma Coaches Association, and he was a U.S. Army All-American. Brandon was picked as best lineman in the state with over 70 pancake blocks at his senior season. He played football at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M, where he was an All-Conference in 03 and second-team All-American in 04. After NEO and a brief stay at the University of Oklahoma, Brandon played football for the University of Northern Iowa, where he was All-Conference in 06 and 07. Brandon was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in the 7th round and was a member of the 08 Super Bowl team. He played for the Cardinals for 5 years and started in 30 games. In 2013, Brandon signed with the Minnesota Vikings and ended his 6-year career due to injuries. After the NFL, he became a junior analysis for the Arizona Cardinals, and he coached the offensive line at Phoenix Junior College. Brandon, his wife Mary, and their daughter Harper live in Scottsdale, Arizona, where Brandon is currently the head football coach at Salt River High School. Congratulations to Brandon Keith. Next we have Jeremy Case. Jeremy graduated in 03 and was a 4-year letterman in basketball. Jeremy was a member of the 3 state tournament teams and was selected for the all-tournament team in the state tournaments of 02 and 03. The Oklahoma Coaches Association, the Tulsa World, and Daily Oklahoma selected him as their all-state team. In 02, he was the leading scorer in 5A. Jeremy ranked first with most games started at McAlester High School and first in total career points scored with 2,249 points. He played basketball at Kansas University, where he was a member of 4 Big 12 championship teams. He was a member of the 08 NCAA National Championship team. He was also selected to the Academic Big 12 first team twice. After college, Jeremy was a graduate assistant at Kansas University for 1 year, assistant coach at Southeast Missouri State for 3 years, and assistant coach at Houston Baptist University for 4 years. He is currently the video coordinator at Kansas University and lives in Lawrence, Kansas. Jeremy is unable to be here tonight, and accepting his award is his mother, Rita, and his Buffalo basketball coach, Jimmy Williams. Congratulations to Jeremy Case. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the McAlester Athletic Hall of Fame Class of 2017. Let's please stand as the band plays our school fight song.